care about that. Yeah.
Oh, about food safety. So it's okay, whatever you want, you can eat?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Why is that so?
Mm, I don't know. I just feel like as long as I like it, then
Oh,
it's
I see.
okay.
Oh, it's like
Uh,
as long as I like it, then I will eat it.
uh,
All right, so there you go. So thank you so much, Emily, because other people are too much concerned about their
mm,
food safety to the point that they're getting paranoid of it. Like everything they
mm,
have to check the label, check the food content, who cooked
mm.
this, who cooked that, are we gonna eat inside or outdoors or in a fancy restaurant? All right, so I get it. Okay, now how about this one? New words and expressions. So let's go through the words. Oh, thank you for your answer, by the way, and phrases. And all right, so I'm gonna ask you to complete the sentences. Okay, please read
Mm.
number one.
Number one, dispel to make fears, doubts, actually disappear or end.
All right, so it's like a phobia. All right, you're creating it to
Mm.
yourself. All right, your fears, your doubts. All right, so please read and complete the sentence for this one.
The news has dispelled doubts about the safety issue of the area.
Oh, sorry. Can you say that again?
The news has dispelled doubts about the safety issue of the area.
50, 50,
Safety issue.
the issue.
Yeah,
Oh,
safety issue.
safety issue. All right, there you go.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, so the news has dispelled doubts about the safety issue. All right, okay, thank
Mm.
you. All right, how about critic?
Critic. To express one's opinion about the good and the bad parts of something.
All right,
I
so
was asked to critique the article
all
about
right,
GM food.
all right. Oh, the genetic modified food. All right,
Mm.
so there you go. So critic, it's about, for example, this is my opinion, and this is, and that is your opinion. All right, so whether it's about good or bad, all right, so you have to critique it. You have to discern, or you have to hear each other's opinion or express it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now let's go to the next page. Okay, this one.
Genetically modified
Mhm.
of a plant extract. I having have its genes changes artificially.
Okay, say the word again. Artificially.
Artificially.
Okay. So when you say genetically modified, it means it has mutations or a combination of science. All right. So it means really not that organic, but it can be good or bad, or to someone. So genes. All right. So artificially. So not real. All right. So this one, please read and complete.
I think genetically modified food is mm, popular nowadays.
Oh, it's popular or famous nowadays.
Uh,
All right. So yes, it can also be a generally safe to eat, and it's past also the safety standards. All right, so maybe because that's why it's famous or many people are using it. All right, so how about number four?
in all fairness, considering everything that has an effect on a situation.
Mhm.
In fairness to the statement of healthy official, I believe I believe the genetically modified food has dispelled the rumor
Mhm. Let's spell the
of
rumor of.
the safety regarding to the safety.
Oh, all right. So, in fairness to the statement of a health official, I believe, okay, they dispel about the rumor of the food safety or the safety of the genetic modified food. All right. So, there you go. So, in all fairness, it means being fair or they consider everything before they make a judgment for that matter or for that situation. Okay, number five. Thank you, Emily.
The lowdown, the most important information about something. The news item on genetically modified food gives the lowdown on the news item on genetically modified food gives the lowdown uh, on how people likes it.
Okay, like it. Okay, so there you go. So, in fairness, if the news item on genetically modified food gives the lowdown on how people like it. All right, so
Mm,
this is related to number four. So before they're making a judgment, so it's depends on people whether they will like it or not. All right,
mm.
so thank you. Okay, number six.
Obtain something from someone to get something that you need from someone. You can obtain information on food safety from related book.
Okay, from the what kind of book?
Related book.
Ah, the related book. All right, so you can
Uh,
obtain information on food safety from the related book. All right, so it means related, it means it is credible. All right, so
mm,
it is better to believe in that, or there is a proof that it really is trust. You can trust on that book. All right, so
mm.
just like also other organization, like World Health Organization's website. All right, so obtain something from someone to get something that you need from someone. All right, how about number seven?
Grounded in fact, based on facts. The information on food safety has to be grounded in fact so that people could really buy it.
Oh, all right, so that people could really buy it. All right, because grounded in fact, it based on facts. All right, so it means fact means it's true. All right, so it's
Mm,
real. All right, so me, for example, I will not buy that if it's not real or it is not from a reliable source. All right, so there you go. Thank you so much, Emily. Okay, now next, let's go to this one. All right, so this is a role play. So we're gonna do switch roles for this. Okay, so co-workers Sid and Beth discuss a controversial news article on food safety that Sid read on the internet. All right, so I'm gonna be Beth and you'll be Sid. All right, so let's go and start for this one. Are you reading about genetically modified or GM food again? Personally, I think humans have the right to access safe and nutritious food. However, there is increasing doubt among consumers about GM food.
Actually, this article shows that even more people are
Sca-
skeptical about GM food lately, as highlighted by the survey it present. More than 80% of respondents believe that it's unsafe. With that high of a percentage, I wonder how GM food producer can gain people's trust.
Maybe if people were informed about the benefits of GM food, they would feel more comfortable with it. Don't you think informative articles like that one should somehow help dispel people's doubts?
Exactly. That's the reason why they need to include more information on the safety of the food. If I were to criticize this article, I'd say that it contains em- impale
Ample.
information on GM foods production, but it lays details on the process which ensure that the food is safe for consumption.
All right, so there you go. Thank you so much, Emily. Now we're gonna switch roles. Okay, you'll be Beth and I'll be Sid.
Are you reading about genetically modified or GM food again? Personally, I think humans have the right to access safe and nutritious foods. However, there is increasing doubt among consumers about GM food.
Actually, this article shows that even more people are skeptical about GM food lately. As highlighted by the survey, it presented more than 80% of respondents believe that it's unsafe. With that high of a percentage, I wonder how GM food producers can gain people's trust.
Maybe if people were informed about the benefits of GM food, they would feel more comfortable with it. Don't you think informative articles like that one should somehow help dispel people's doubts?
Exactly. That's the reason why they need to include more information on the safety of the food. If I were to critique this article, I'd say that it contains ample information on GM food production, but it lacks details on the processes which ensure that the food is safe for consumption. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much, Emily. Now, do you think GM food is safe?
Hmm, to be honest, I don't know.
All right, so
I'm not
let's.
sure, but
Mhm.
I eat GM food. Yes.
Yes, me too. I
Uh,
also eat GM food. All right, just like what you said, almost everyone nowadays GM food. All right, so there
mm,
you go. So this one, skeptical about. All right, so when you say skeptical, you are hesitant or you're in doubt. Okay, you're having doubt. All right, so you can say yes, you can say no. Maybe you're not sure. You're hesitant. All right, so there you go. All right, so this one, genetically modified. All right, so we already have this in the first part of our lesson, all right, from the previous page. So it's changed artificially. All right, so this spell, all right, so we already have this also. So when you say this spell, fears, doubts. All right, so there you go. And all right, so do you have a question for me on this part? Okay, so gain people's trust. All right, so you have to make other people trust you. For others to trust you, you have to trust them also, and you have to show them that you are a trustworthy person. Okay, now let's go to the next page, and here we go. Oh, there's already one here. All right, so here it's been highlighted here. So I'd say that it contains ample information. All right, so when you say ample, it's just a small amount of information, not very detailed. Okay, now let's go to the next page and here we go. Okay, I'll be Beth. Maybe GM food producers cannot share details about the process to the media because it's too scientific for people to understand.
but that cannot be an excuse for not providing well-balanced information. We cannot underestimate average people's understanding of science. In all fairness, the article did give the lowdown on the genetic modification of food to address safety concerns, but to me it was not substantial and was clearly biased towards GM food producers.
Perhaps if the media cannot give consumers a balanced view of GM food, we can obtain information from independent scientists who are willing to impart such information.
That's a good option. It sometimes feels like GM food producers' clients have too little evidence, as I observed in this article. While this piece of news provides data about the safety of GM food, it should have present sufficient proof that's grounded in fact to support that point and dispel people's doubts.
Okay, thank you so much. Now let's switch roles. Okay, you'll be Beth, I'll be Sid.
Maybe GM food producers cannot share details about the process to the media because it is too scientific for people to understand.
But that cannot be an excuse for not providing well-balanced information. We cannot underestimate average people's understanding of science. In all fairness, the article did give the lowdown on the genetic modification of food to address safety concerns, but to me it was not substantial and was clearly biased toward GM food producers.
Perhaps if the media cannot give consumers a balanced view of GM food, we can obtain information from independent scientists who are willing to impart such information.
That's that's a good option. It sometimes feels like GM food producers' claims have too little evidence, as I observed in this article. While this piece of news provided data about the safety of GM food, it should have presented sufficient proof that's grounded in fact to support that claim and dispel people's doubts. All right, so let's answer the questions here. According to Beth, how can GM food producers gain people's trust?
Mm, um, they use the article to introduce the GM food.
Okay, so they use the article to use the GM food. All right, so according to Beth, all right, so they can obtain information from the other scientists. All right, so this one who are willing to impart such information. So who are willing to share the information. All right, because scientists are professionals, so maybe people will trust. Okay, so number 2, according to Sid, what should the article have contained to dispel people's doubts?
The article should have contained the balanced information.
Okay, a balanced information.
And based on the fact.
All right, so this one. So news provided data about safety of GM food. Okay, so it should have presented a proof that's grounded in fact. All right, so very good for that. Okay, to support the claim and to dispel the people's doubts. All right, so nice one. Okay, now let's go to the next page, and here we go. All right, so this one, this is been highlighted here. Sufficient. So sufficient means there's have to be a lot of proof. All right, so it should have presented with sufficient proof. So from the previous one, ample means little. So this one sufficient. So the meaning is there has to be a lot of proof for this one. All right, so let's go here to the next page. All right, so okay, so I'm going to ask you using the given hints. So your foreign friend shares with you his or her concerns on food safety, then ask you about it. Okay, what's the situation of food safety in your country, in China?
In my opinion, I think the food safety overall in China is quite okay. Nowadays, a lot of people like to order takeout food, and some of the restaurants they may not have the proper license to do this kind of business, and some restaurants may use those how to say, to use those kind of food they may buy from others which already cool halfly
Oh, all right. So,
or already overcooked, and then they just hit the food and then pair them together and then send to the consumer.
oh, so it's either half cooked or overcooked. All right.
Mm,
All right.
mm,
And there's also some applications for taking some order out. All right. So you're gonna
mm,
just have to use your cell
mm,
phones, and then you have
mm,
to place your order for that. All right.
mm.
So thank you, Emily, for your answer. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So what's the latest you've heard about food safety from the media? Okay, like
The
internet.
food safety, what I heard is about that one I mentioned just now. Let me check.
Mhm.
预制菜 pre. So a lot of restaurants are using the pre-made food nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the
Mm. Pre-made food.
pre-made. All right, so pre-made or
Yeah,
pre-cooked. Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
or pre-cooked food.
All right,
And then
pre-cooked.
yeah, then in this way they can save a lot of their time when they take the order.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm.
So that's the latest one that you've heard about food safety. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
because
So.
some of this pre-cooked food
Mm-hmm.
uh, are cooked maybe several days ago already.
Yeah. All right. So maybe 3 or 4 days. Then you're gonna
Mm, mm,
eat it,
mm,
reheat it. All right. So.
mm, mm.
Okay. Thank you so much, Emily. All right. So number 3, what are your ideas about food safety?
I think that's quite important because what we eat is it's really matter to our healthy.
Mhm. So, Emily, do you have a healthy diet, a lifestyle, or do you strict? Oh, you earlier said that you don't care. You eat what you
Yeah,
want. If that cake
yes.
I like, I will eat it. All right. So there you go. I should ask. I was I'm about to ask you if you have a restriction of your diet or the food that you eat, but I already remember that you have said that no, I don't care. I eat what I like.
Mm.
All
But
right, so
but
that.
I'm not that kind of person who really like to eat.
Oh, just small
Yeah,
meals.
just small meals.
All right. So are you into sweet kind of food, sour or
No.
spicy? Everything.
Spicy, yes. Sometimes I would like to try, but every time when I eat too spicy, I will feel uncomfortable afterward.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Sometimes it's like burning in your throat, or you're gonna cry out because of too spice that you
yeah,
ate.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Emily, for your answers. Now let's go to the next page. So please answer the questions and then. Okay, but first, before you go to answering the questions, read the paragraph first.
Genetically modified products in Europe. In Europe, individual countries are allowed to set their own standards for genetically modified products, including banning genetically modified crops. As of 2010, the European Union subjects all genetically modified crops to an expensive evaluation. At present, only NOM A110, a type of corn primarily grown in Spain,
Mhm.
is allowed to be grown in European Union countries. However, some countries, including Italy, France, Germany, and Australia, have banned the planting of this crop. These countries strongly oppose genetically modified food in Europe.
All right, so they oppose. It means they're not in favor. Okay, when you say oppose, it's the other
Mm,
one. All right, so
mm,
you're not
of
approve of
course.
that. So
Mm,
what genetically modified crop is allowed to be grown in European Union countries?
only MOMA10, a type
Yes.
of corn.
All right, so it's a type of corn from Spain. And would
Spain.
you
Mm,
allow genetically modified food or GM food to be produced in China, in your country? Why or why
I
not?
think so.
All right, because it's everywhere. All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, so we cannot avoid GM food. All right, so either
Mm,
we embrace it or we avoid it. All right, so thank
mm.
you so much, Emily, for booking my class again. All right, such a wonderful lesson with you. So have a good night. Thank you so much, and I hope I can see you again in one of my lessons. Thank you,
Okay. Thank
Emily. Have a
you.
good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.